In today's climate, you always need to be ready. Nothing will make you a more accurate or confident shooter than Crimson Trace laser sighting systems. Get the immediate, decisive advantage of the world's only grip-integrated laser sights. Shoot better. Stay safer. Call 800-442-2406 or visit crimsontrace.com for a free copy of our new laser training video, The Laser's Edge.
Broadcasting from the floor of the SHOT Show, the biggest gun industry show in the world. Today, Tom brings you the latest introductions of new guns, ammo, optics, and all things firearms. Direct from the Crimson Trace booth on the show floor, here's Tom.
All righty, guess what? We are, in fact, at the SHOT Show. Yep, we're at the Crimson Trace booth. We are having a ball. I've been here for about 12 months, it seems like, at this point. No, just a few days. We were having a great time. It's just me and 60,000 of my closest friends getting together, talking about guns and having a great time. And we're visited right now by Kent Thomas from Crimson Trace. How you doing, Kent?
I am great. How are you?
Well, you have survived. It's amazing. Well, you know what? As we were saying earlier, the more of these shows you go to, the more you understand, better get to bed.
That's right. This is SHOT Show number 21 in a row for me. So
Holy cow.
I'm too old to be staying up and enjoying the Vegas lifestyle.
Well, but you guys have had a huge, the number of people in your booth has been amazing. Everybody's looking at the new stuff, and you got things to talk about. So let's talk about them.
We do. We were really fortunate. Yesterday we celebrated our 20th year, our 20th anniversary. We had a big party yesterday.
How cool is that?
It was great. We had about 600 people in a booth that holds about 30. Served a little Oregon beer since we're
you have beer and cupcakes?
Beer and cupcakes.
Yeah, well, those always go together.
It's Vegas, Tom.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. So we got to have a little birthday party and celebrate our 20th year of existence and talk about the things that we've been able to do in the industry for the last 20 years. And, you know, as I said to everybody yesterday, Lou started this company in literally out of his garage in 1994. And his very first day on the job, he was worried about whether we were going to have day two. Yes. And just worried about paying bills. And, that was our vision back then. Are we going to survive? And how are we going to convince the U.S. consumer that why they needed a laser?
Well, that kind of leads us into the news that you were just telling me right before we started here. You've got an outreach program that's huge.
It's a really big deal. We've been working on it for quite a while, and our vision for the company and for the industry is our intent is to make laser sighting systems standard equipment on every personal protection firearm sold in this country.
Right.
Standard equipment. The analogy that I use with folks is that scopes for rifles have been around since the early 1800s.
Right.
They didn't really become well known or well used until the late 60s, early 70s.
Right. I was going to say well after World War II, because before that it was pretty much just iron sights.
Right.
Yep.
And when I first started selling guns in the mid 80s, it used to be a feature set when the barrel came drilled and tapped.
I remember.
Right?
Yeah, big deal. You didn't have to send it to a gunsmith to have that done.
Exactly. And now you would never purchase a hunting rifle without optics or a scope with it. It's standard equipment.
Right.
And that's our goal for laser sighting systems. So as part of that initiative that we started last year, we've been working with the NRA. And, in the last 12 to 18 months, there are well over 2 million new personal protection handguns in the marketplace. Lots of new gun owners.
Right.
And everybody wants to or should go through the NRA basic pistol training course.
Okay.
And as part of that, starting in Q3 or Q4, depending on when the NRA rolls it out, laser training will be a standard part of that certification.
Wow.
It's a pretty big deal.
That is a big deal. And a laser on your self-defense handgun, I'm thinking handgun specifically right now because you've got them for long guns also.
Correct.
But for your self-defense handgun, is one of those things that you almost have to show people, maybe even put it in their hands, have them experience it, and the light bulb comes on.
Absolutely. Big aha moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of myths out there.
Oh, absolutely. We just released our 2014 catalog, which we're happy to send to anybody who wants to drop us an email or give us a call.
Go to the website, crimsontrace.com.
Yep, crimsontrace.com. Yep. Request a catalog, and inside that catalog is a little training and education DVD.
Right.
But in the back of the catalog this year, we played a little MythBuster experiment, and there are, we've been doing this for 20 years now,
right.
And we've been able to debunk or at least kind of get folks over the hurdle of some of the myths about having a laser on your personal protection firearm, and the conversation's pretty much over.
Yeah, and just for those who are still hanging on, I want to make one point, because you guys are so far along in it. I think there may be times when you forget there are still people hanging back there, and one of the points that you guys make, and I think it surprises people, is we are not advocating that you use a laser instead of sights.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
You've never said that.
No. We preach and we teach fundamentals. Learn your firearm. Learn the basics. Front sight.
Right.
And what a laser sighting system does for you is it augments your training. But it doesn't do you much good, and it doesn't work very well unless you know the basics.
Right. And there are situations where you go to the sites, and for whatever reason, you can't use them, you can't see them, there are issues. And we always talk about what's your plan B, what's your backup plan?
Right.
What are you going to do when whatever it is doesn't work? Well, if you only got one sighting system going, and for whatever reason that goes down on you, whether it's low visibility, you're injured and can't see them as well.
Absolutely. And
people forget about that. Now you have a backup system, and one that works real well in certain situations. That's one of the things we've been showing with the First-Person Defender series, and I love it because people put on these masks with these simunitions, and it limits visibility.
Absolutely.
And all of a sudden they're going, man, I can't see the sights. I said, hello?
Right. And, it's something that most people don't realize. The human body is the human body, and it's science. I mean, the basic matter of fact is when you are in a high-stress situation, and if you find yourself in an unfortunate situation where you need to use your concealed carry weapon, your body changes.
Yeah,
and
the
you
physiology
can't do
is just there.
anything about it.
That's right.
Your vision narrows, it blurs, your reaction time, everything that you've trained yourself to do goes out the window.
It's much more difficult.
Yeah, and you look at the trend of all the personal protection firearms in the marketplace these days, smaller, lighter.
Which means they're harder to shoot well.
And
sights are not quite as good.
Right. Iron sights and front sights are,
if they're there at all,
getting smaller or going away.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So for more information on all the stuff you're doing and to get the cool, I just want to emphasize, this is a very good DVD you guys have.
Thank you.
CrimsonTrace.com?
CrimsonTrace.com. Or you can call us at 1-800-442-2406.
A lot of new stuff for everybody to see. I appreciate this, and I tell you what, thank you for letting us hang out in your booth.
Always. Welcome back.
All right. We will talk with you in a minute.
Thanks, Tom.
Tired of overpaying for one concealed carry holster after another that is flimsy, hard to hide, or just plain uncomfortable? At Alien Gear Holsters, less than $30 gets you a professional quality holster that's super stealthy and ultra comfortable. Every Alien Gear holster is backed by a forever warranty, a 30-day test drive, and free shell trades for life in case you buy a different gun. AlienGearHolsters.com. AlienGearHolsters.com.
The XDM 3.8 Compact from Springfield Armory is 2 guns in 1. Use as your concealed carry gun with a compact magazine and use the extended magazine for home defense. Carry 13 rounds of 9mm in the compact magazine and a whopping 19 rounds in the extended magazine. To see the entire family of Springfield Armory XDM pistols, go to SpringfieldArmory.com. That's SpringfieldArmory.com.
Looking for shooting instruction but don't know where to go? Well, we have it, and you can access hours of training and safety videos, which you can watch on your home computer. On GunTalkTV.com, we have top competitive shooters, the best in self-defense trainers, and folks who have hunted all over the world, helping you learn which gun to buy, how to use it, how to store it safely, and everything else you need to be a safe and competent shooter. We also have gun makers showing off their newest rifles, shotguns, and handguns. Doesn't matter if you're a veteran shooter or a complete beginner, you'll find what you need at guntalktv.com. You can check it out for free, and you can get full access for only $5.95 a month. That gives you unlimited access to hundreds of videos, and we're adding more all the time. Run the videos over and over to make sure you understand what's being said. Skip around. You're in control. Get smarter. Shoot better. Visit guntalktv.com.
A great trigger can make you a better shooter. For over 60 years, Timney triggers have been trusted by hunters and shooters everywhere. Timney triggers are proudly made in the USA and come with a lifetime warranty. Installation is easy. Give yourself the Timney Trigger advantage. To see more and order online, go to timneytriggers.com. That's TIMNEY triggers.com.
The Ruger American Rimfire Rifle combines features of the Ruger American Rifle and innovations of the 1022 Rimfire Rifle to appeal to all bolt-action enthusiasts. It features a modular stock system that provides comb height options for scope or iron sight use, a power bedding integral bedding block system for outstanding accuracy, a Ruger Marksman adjustable trigger, and a 1022 style rotary magazine for reliable feeding. The Ruger American Rimfire Rifle, another rugged, reliable firearm from Ruger.
Everything you need to know about what's going on at the SHOT Show in Las Vegas. Tom is coming to you direct from the Crimson Trace booth on the show floor. Now, back to Tom.
Oh, man, this is fun. All my friends walking by saying hello. This is just super. We're in the Crimson Trace booth at the SHOT Show, Las Vegas. Of course, SHOT is the shooting, hunting, and outdoor trade show. It is the big industry trade show. Not open to the public. It's not a gun show, as you know, gun shows. But there are about 60,000 people here. It's unbelievable. And it goes, I think they said if you were to go to every booth, it's 4 days long, you would have less than 60 seconds to see every booth. It's amazing. Matt Craighead is joining us now from CrossBreed Holsters. Hey, Matt, thank you for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me, Tom. Thank you.
Absolutely. So tell me what's going on. I mean, I know that your booth is crowded. I know that, it's been kind of crazy.
It's been crazy. Of course, our Super Tuck, our number one seller, is always out there. We've got some new lines this year.
What you got?
We've got one for the ladies called the Purse Defender.
I saw that. That is so cool because it makes any purse a gun purse.
Yes, a lot of ladies like to carry, but they don't, whether they're wearing a skirt or tight-fitting jeans. A concealed carry is very difficult for the ladies.
It is.
So we're trying to look into a different market that this Purse Defender will work with just about any purse that they can have.
And it also works for briefcases, any kind of satchel, shoulder bag, anything like that. Describe, because, it's kind of one of those deals. Describe what this thing is. We got people lining up behind us taking our pictures while we're doing this thing. But describe what this is and kind of how it works.
We tried to keep it, we would go with the old KISS method, keep it simple.
All right.
We tried to narrow it down to just kind of a universal size. We use a Kydex backer as a general base and lined with Velcro.
Okay.
And then we make several different holsters depending on which model pistol you have to work on this on the backer.
You basically put your gun in the holster, and then you stick the holster into the Velcro.
The Velcro backer, yes.
That's that. And then you almost are making like a little box inside of a purse.
Yeah, the bottom kind of lips out a little bit, so when a lady puts different things in her purse, that will hold that thing steady, where the pistol will always be towards the back side of the purse.
Right, it's where you left it, and also you're not getting stuff hung up in the trigger guard.
You're not getting stuff hung up in the trigger guard because it is a molded Kydex piece with a leather backer for the pistol that you order.
It's the correct holster for that pistol.
It is the holster for that pistol, yes.
There's a great idea, because, I know you guys have looked into it. There are a lot of gun purses out there, but they may not be fashionable, and they're very expensive, and they may not. I've talked to a lot of women that say, "Yeah, I get it that it works, but I hate that thing."
Yes,
I like my purse.
Yes, a A lot of women are like my wife. She has more than one purse.
This is true. Now you can move this from purse to purse. That's
very easily
point.
Move it from purse to purse.
Of course, my first thought, I looked at it and said, man, shoulder bag, briefcase, because a lot of times I've got a shoulder bag with a computer bag.
Yes.
This thing would work great in a computer bag. So what's the reaction to that?
It has been unbelievably. We have sold a lot of those. We released it out just before, just right around the Thanksgiving weekend.
Right.
Before Christmas, and I tell you what, it's been flying out. It's just unbelievable. The response to that has just absolutely been unbelievable.
Well, it's a brilliant idea. Who came up with this?
Well, actually, I'd been working on this for a while, but I really put this down to a lot of divine intervention.
Yeah.
I go back to the keep it simple method. I start working with something, make a lot of different prototypes, and then a lot of times when I just sit and unwind, it kind of all comes together. And like I said, I always have to put it down as to divine intervention.
Well, it is true sometimes when you're working a problem, you're working, and then you stop and you just go away and let it percolate in the back of your head. And then all of a sudden you're going, oh, wait, that's how we can do that.
Yes. Sometimes you're too close to the forest to see the tree.
That's it. You got to get away, and I've done that many times, but you've got to do the work on front to kind of put all the data in there.
Oh, yes.
And then let the system grind on it for a while.
Oh, yeah. And you wouldn't believe how many of them went to the trash can.
Yeah.
I mean.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what it is. So, all right, it's called what?
The Purse Defender.
Purse Defender. All right. And obviously you've got your regular line of holsters. The Purse Defender, let me ask you, will that system kind of work with the bedside backup thing
Yes,
too?
I'm glad you mentioned that because it's a continuation of our modular system.
Yes.
You can pull the holster off of the Velcro-backed Purse Defender,
right,
and put it right onto your bedside backup.
Okay.
We've actually released a modular, our ball mount system,
right,
and it will go onto there. So it's to follow along with the modular system. It works great on a belly band for a lot of women. I've had to talk to a lot of women that prefer the belly band wear.
Sure.
So they can use this one holster between the Purse Defender, their belly band, their bedside backup.
All right, I got another thought for you. Why couldn't this work in the console of a car?
It works beautifully in the console of a car, Tom. When you order one, we always put the option of you can get extra Velcro. And if you clean the inside of your car console real good, we use this industrial-backed Velcro.
Okay.
And it's just simple. If you took a little bit of a hairdryer and heated this up and put that inside your console, you can stab the Purse Defender pocket right on there, and it works.
That way you can peel the holster off when you're leaving your vehicle.
Put it on your belly band,
put it on your belly band, your purse. Then when you go, then you can leave it in the car. That is a sweet system.
And that's the other reason we kind of developed the RAM mount system in with this, because a lot of people, they don't want it in the console, or their console's a little bit different. So we've got the RAM mount system,
which is really versatile.
It's very versatile.
Yeah.
And you can just put that and leave that mounted in your car, and you can move your holster from one place to another place. So you're only having to buy one holster.
Brilliant.
Or if you have more than one pistol, you buy a holster for the other pistol. Say you want to carry a small pistol this week, it's great. You want to carry a medium-sized one next week, you still don't have to replace everything.
You get the holster with the Velcro on it,
You get the holster
with
the Velcro, and you keep working all the basic backers with a new pistol holster.
Home run. Man.
Well, we try.
They can see that at the website?
Yes.
Okay, CrossBreedHolsters.com?
Yeah, www.crossbreedholsters.com.
Okay. And obviously you got the Super Tuck, you got the rest of the line, which continues to be the leaders out there.
The Super Tuck is probably our most popular seller. It is our most popular seller. There's no probably to it.
Yeah.
I don't say it's just phenomenal.
What are you seeing? Since you're a holster maker, what are you seeing in terms of guns coming out? How quickly are you able, when you see new guns being introduced here, when you guys say, well, yeah, we could do a holster for that? What's involved in that?
There's really a lot more. The way we make our holsters, there's a lot more involved with that than most people know. all of our holsters, believe it or not, are hand-formed to a specific pistol.
Oh, so you need the pistol.
We need the pistol, and I have spent a lot of time, and a lot of us have spent a lot of time this week talking with Glock. They've got 2 new pistols out.
Yeah, I shot the little 42.
Yes, the little 380.
What a sweetie.
And I think that's going to be a very, very strong pistol.
Yep, I agree.
I talked to a lot of people at Remington this week. I believe that R51 is going to be very, very popular.
But you need a copy of the gun to make the holster. I need a copy,
and believe it or not, Crimson Trace already has the laser out for it, so actually I'll need 2 copies.
One with or without.
One with and without.
Okay,
but both of those pistols would work great on the Purse Defender. They're the right size, the right weight. They're just...
Sure.
I've played with the R51. I've played a little bit with the 42. They just feel good.
I shot the 42 on Monday. Essentially no muzzle rise at all. I don't care how fast you shoot it. It just hangs on target. It's a 380. It's kind of a not quite LCP small. It's a little bigger than that. I told somebody, I said it's the smallest it can be and be shootable.
Okay, that's totally understandable.
You know.
And I think that's going to go, both of those pistols are going to go great with our line. Because I know for my wife, she does, and even my daughter, they don't like to shoot the big heavy pistols.
Right.
They don't like a snap.
Right.
And to tell you honestly, practice. There's nothing wrong with a 380.
Nothing in the world, especially with the ammo we have today.
Yes.
Go shoot the cheap ammo for practice, buy the quality stuff for self-defense, and you're good to go.
Nina hates the crack and the snap, so she carries a 380. And you know, I have no problem with her carrying a 380.
No, not at all.
And it works good for her, but
it's better than not carrying.
Yes, it's better. But for us, that's our biggest drawback, is every time a new pistol is released or a new laser is released,
your phone starts ringing.
Our phone starts ringing, and then we get it in, and there's a lot that goes into it, fitting it. Okay, I make a holster, I've got it fitted, I wear it, we'll give it to one of the gals to wear. Several of us around the shop will wear it and critique it until we get all the bugs worked out.
Okay.
And there's unbelievably a lot of bugs to work out. You'd think it's simple, but it's...
Well, it's like everything else. From the outside looking in, you go, well, what can be hard about this?
Yeah.
But don't you find everybody's business looks easy until you get into it?
I'm the world's worst, Tom, armchair quarterback.
Yeah.
It's like, what in the world are they doing with that play?
That's right. You're saying, guys, this should be simple. Just do that. And then you walk in and see what's involved. You're going, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Matt, thank you so much for joining us here. This is great. Let's send them to the website. Tell them what it is again.
It's www.crossbreedholsters.com.
Very simple. You got to check out this purse carry because it's not just purses. It's computer bags, briefcases, consoles. It is really, really versatile. You guys are doing great work, man.
Well, thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Right.
I appreciate it.
All right, don't go anywhere. We are at the SHOT Show on the floor with zillions of people and tons of new guns and things coming right back.
Have you taken your family, friends, and kids shooting lately?
You're listening to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, and we'll be right back.
Want to be a guest on the show? Drop us a line at info@guntalk.com. You're listening to Gun Talk with Tom Gresham.
All right, we are at the SHOT Show having a ball. I'll tell you what, we're waiting for our next guest to appear. He'll be rolling up here in just a few minutes, I'm sure. But in the meantime, let me just tell you kind of what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing out here. Oh, sometimes, believe it or not, sometimes I get distracted. Sometimes I miss out on something, and I was looking at a gun, and I didn't see what was going on. There are some small guns being made. They are wait. Look at here. Look who just showed up. Paul Pluff from Smith Wesson just rolled up. How you doing, partner?
Good, Tom. Sorry about that. You know how SHOT Show is. You walk down the aisle and get stopped 30 times.
Okay. That's that's the problem here. Well, you know what it is? You know too many people.
Yeah, maybe I've been doing this just a little too long.
Not too long, just long enough.
Just long enough, I agree.
That's right. So how's the crowds in the booth?
This has been a tremendous show. I mean, it's been packed nonstop. Been a really good show for us.
So what's the hot thing? What are people talking about?
Well, we introduced some pretty neat product this year, but I think if I had to pick one product that has risen to the top, that everybody just has to touch, hold, and wants to know how quickly they can get it,
right?
It's our new 9mm revolvers that we produced.
it's interesting. A 9mm revolver is not a new concept, but for whatever reason, it kind of fell out of favor. And you and I have talked about this before.
Yes, we have.
We said, this is such a strong idea. If people truly understood what the benefits are. So are people getting what's involved in a 9mm revolver?
Well, I think they are, but I think we got to take a step back in time. 9mm have been tried before. Historically, for some reason, we've had extraction problems in a revolver.
Right.
But we've made pretty well made advancements in that technology and machining technology, so we've overcome that. And unlike before, when you start looking at a 9mm, we're now having 7-shot, 8-shot revolvers, so now the capacity is higher.
Explain how you're able to use a rimless cartridge in a revolver.
Well, it's kind of interesting. In our design, you can either shoot it with or without moon clips. Moon clips are part of the attraction of the gun.
Basically, they're really inexpensive speed loaders.
They're really inexpensive speed loaders. So a lot of guys like to use those because of that, if they think they have to do a quick reload.
Right.
But for us, it's our extractor design and how it fits there so that it is catching enough of the rim.
Right.
To allow it to sit there and see properly. And we also hold a tighter tolerance in that back of that bolt face there, that rear cylinder gap.
That was one of the setback was one of the issues.
The setback was one of the issues. So we actually hold a little bit tighter tolerances there than we've ever done in the past. So it allows you to use that gun both with and without moon clips.
So is it head spacing on the case mouth? Is that what's stopping as it goes into the chamber?
That's exactly what it is.
All right. And fair to say that your modern manufacturing techniques, and we've talked about this before, over the last 10 years, the differences, the changes you've made with CNC machinery and everything, allows you to do this now?
It does. I mean, and I hate to admit this, but, when I started 35 years ago, I was actually, out in the manufacturing sector and building guns, and it was a gunsmith.
Right.
And so I've seen that transformation of Smith & Wesson. We were a company that was proud of our quality, but at the end of the day, I will tell you this. Our tolerances are plus minus 10 thousandths. Today, everything we run is plus or minus a tenth of a thousandths.
110? That's 100 times better.
Yes.
Holy smoke.
So it allows us to make these advancements and to migrate back into these things that didn't work before.
Let you do things now that there just was too much slop involved before. I mean, you hate to say slop, but I mean, that's just what it was back then.
It was a tolerance buildup that was based upon the efficiency of the machinings of the time.
Right. And, okay, so we've got 9mm revolver. What configurations? Concealed carry, competition, what?
Well, we have the 7-shot. That's a Pro Series, kind of out of our, that in-between gun out of our Performance Center, has that slab side barrel. It is a 5-inch configuration, kind of geared at that, low-end target shooting competition.
And 9mm ammo is less expensive.
Much less expensive, and it's actually a little bit more readily available than what a lot of the other ammos are these days, because we know how hard it is to get hold of ammo.
Yep.
The big one has been, and that one we call our 696 or 986, because it's based upon the L frame configuration.
Right.
But the hot one is what we're calling a 929. It's our in-frame design. Okay, it's a Jerry Micklick signature series.
Oh.
Okay, and Jerry, it's something Jerry's been asking for the last 8 years.
Okay.
Okay, in his eyes, it's the perfect competition gun.
Oh.
So he was a big part of the development of the gun. It's built to his specs. Has a tremendous balance to it. It's much lighter than what you'd think it would be, because it has that titanium cylinder.
Right.
So it makes it very light. It makes it very balanced.
Is this out of the Performance Center?
It is out of Performance Center.
Okay, I mean, it sounds like a Performance Center gun. I mean, it just sounds so cool.
It is. I mean, it's got that slick action. The trigger stops accurized. It is a real neat gun.
Anything else in revolvers?
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, you know us. We do have something a lot more in revolvers. We on the standard side, the other big talk and everybody's excited about is we've reintroduced the Model 66, the K-frame.
Yes.
There's a long story behind the whole abandonment of the K-frame, and that had to do with the development of ammo. The Model 19 and Model 66 were 357 Magnums, but they were built on a frame and a configuration that was really meant for 38 Special.
Right.
And so they could shoot 357 Magnum, just not a steady dose.
Not
of
a lot. The gun just wouldn't hold up.
It wouldn't hold up. So we developed the 586 to be beefier and heavier. But everybody loves those K-frames. Right. Everybody's been beating us to bring them back. So we took the last 5 years that we've been without a K-frame, and we've worked on, how do we engineer it? How do we get rid of those weak points of the guns that wouldn't hold up 357? And our engineers has done that, so we've been able to reintroduce it, and it's a hot item right now.
Huh. Okay. So those are available now?
They're available now. And another gun, and this one's very interesting, that's opened a lot of eyes, is we have a model that we call 69. Okay.
And that is?
And the old 69 was a semi-automatic. This one's a revolver.
Okay.
Okay. The new 69 is a L-frame size frame.
But chambered in.
5 rounds of 44 Magnum.
5 rounds of 44 Magnum in an L-frame.
In an L-frame.
Outstanding.
It is pretty cool. And not as bad as people would think.
Yeah.
But it's got that 5-inch barrel on it. So it kind of makes that a very versatile gun. You can use for personal protection if you want that big caliber. It's a great gun for backup hiking, hunting.
All right. For more, they go to smith-wesson.com?
That's correct, and all that information will be right there.
Paul, thank you so much. We got to run, man. Get back to work, okay?
I appreciate it. They're lining up.
All right. You take care.
All right, Tom. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
If you're looking for a safe and trusted way to sell your firearms, look no further than Dury's Gun Shop. I trusted them to sell my dad's collection. They built their business for over 50 years on honesty and customer service. Dury's Guns will buy any size collection or estate, none too big or too small. Selling your firearms to Dury's Guns is easy. Go with the pros. I trust Dury's Guns. DurysGuns.com.
It's great to make something with your own hands. When you reload, the whole family can get involved, including breaking more targets and bagging more birds. Mech reloaders have been the center of family activities for generations. Plus, you can save money and stock up, even when there's nothing in the stores. 10, 12, 16, 20, 28, and 410. Any gauge. Get started reloading. Visit mechreloaders.com. That's MECreloaders.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Gresham. For more than 40 years, I've been watching an environmental disaster in my backyard, and it actually impacts all sportsmen in America. I'm talking about the massive loss of land on the Louisiana coastline. The U.S. Geological Survey said the swamps and marshes of coastal Louisiana are among the nation's most fragile and valuable wetlands. That land is disappearing. The Mississippi River Delta hosts as many as 10 million ducks and geese every winter. These are birds which migrate northward through the states, all the way to Canada. The wetlands of the Delta support some of America's best fresh and saltwater fishing. And here's the deal. The wetlands of the Mississippi River Delta are disappearing at a rate of 1 football field every hour. 1 football field every hour. Gone. We can reconnect the river with its wetlands and restore the Delta, but we need your help. Please visit vanishingparadise.org. That's vanishingparadise.org.
From day's first light till night's last glimmer, your satisfaction is our responsibility. On the range or in the field of duty, you can rely on Brownell's lifetime guaranteed gun parts, tools, and supplies. Anytime, any place. It's how we've done business since 1939. Brownell's.
Ever thought about building your own AR-15? Well, what about building your own AR-15 lower receiver? We're HLF Manufacturing, and we make 80% lowers. Build your rifle the way you want it. Use the parts you want. Have it all shipped to your home. We also have uppers, parts, and other things you need. We even have complete build kits to make it really easy. Visit HLFMFG.com for the whole story.
Want to attend or have a booth at next year's SHOT Show? Log on to SHOTShow.org for all the details. Now, more gun talk, direct from the Crimson Trace booth at the SHOT Show 2014 in Las Vegas.
I got to tell you, if this sounds like we're having fun, you don't know the half of it. We are having so much fun here. Tom Munson from Trijicon just walked in, and, Tom, I was just thinking, people really don't understand that when we're not on the air, we do exactly the same things that we do on the air. We're sitting there yakking about guns and optics and things, and then we're on the air, we're going to do the same thing exactly. I mean, it's what we do.
Isn't it nice to get paid to talk about cool stuff?
What? I'm supposed to get paid? I got to talk to somebody about that. Something's just wrong around here. Well, you said your booth's been slammed, huh?
Yeah, it's been real busy at the Trijicon booth. And it's interesting, this year we've got the Trijicon VCOG that we're showing here at SHOT Show. We didn't have it at last year's SHOT Show, so this is the first time that most people are getting to see it. That optic is something that people have been clamoring for from us for a long time.
Well,
so,
I mean, my reaction when I first saw it, I just said, this is the one that I want.
Right.
I mean, for what I do and the right of things, this is perfect. Describe the VCOG so the people don't know.
Well, as you know, Tom, the Trijicon ACOG has been in the military for a long time, and it's the rifle combat optic of the Marine Corps. It's on half the guns in the Army and all the guns in the Marine Corps. And probably the biggest thing that people have said to us over the years is, why can't you guys put a bullet drop compensator in a variable-powered Trijicon?
It sounds easy, right?
It does sound really easy.
Yeah, sure, we'll just knock that out.
So that's what the VCOG is. It's our variable-powered combat optical gun sight, and it has the bullet drop compensators in it for the 223 or the 308, various different reticle patterns.
And the power range?
The first one we've launched is a 1 to 6. Hopefully there will be new models behind that.
Well, now, for me, that's good enough. That is everything I'm looking for. A 1 to 6 is perfect.
It seems to be the power band of choice for tactical shooters these days, so we're getting a lot of interest. We'll have that in the dealerships in May. So be on the lookout at your Trijicon dealer for the Trijicon VCOG.
Okay, let me ask you a question. One of the things the ACOG has always been known for is just how unbelievably rugged it is.
Yeah.
When you introduce variable power, things get very complex inside an optic.
Yes.
What does that, and I hate to put you on the spot, but what does that do for the ability for it to remain rugged? Because you have the ACOG, VCOG name still on this thing.
Right. Thank you for saying that, for noticing how difficult it can be
to
accomplish
if
that.
If anybody's ever looked inside one of these things, you're going, holy smoke. You know?
Yeah. And that is why we have waited so long to make this happen. Like you said, can't you just crank that out? Well, no, you can't crank it out. To keep an optic zeroed, a variable powered optic, something that is inherently needs to move, and yet
be precise,
and not move when you don't want it to move.
Right.
That's a huge issue, and so we've been working very hard. We think we've done it with the VCOG.
Amazing. Now, I got to tell you, I know you mentioned tactical, and also it would be great for competition.
Yeah.
I see it as a 3-gun type optic. But there are going to be a ton of people who are going to look at that and say, I want that for hunting. You've got great hunting scopes.
Yep.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see people using this for hunting.
No, I wouldn't either. I think there's a good application for that. You see a lot of this transition from tactical to hunting over the course of the last couple of years, and this is just another evolution of that.
No, absolutely.
The other thing that we've got over there, Tom, is we're doing Cerakote coatings on ACOGs, on Reflex, and on RMRs. So
what colors?
We're doing Flat Dark Earth, OD Green, and Sniper Gray.
Oh.
So those should be really cool additions to somebody who's trying to kit out their AR with a Sniper Gray look. They now got a Sniper Gray ACOG.
You got people doing the nickel boron thing and all that. So now you can start. I hate to say it, but you're blinging your optic is what you're really doing.
As best we can do, yes.
Yeah, but without it looking gaudy. That's the other thing.
Yeah, we chose the colors that we felt were the most predominant in the market. I think Magpul has done a good job of driving the color choices, and so we kind of stuck to that platform, and it looks really cool. It's a good addition to that line.
It's also very rugged. That's a real tough coating.
It is a tough coating. It can scratch, it can chip, so it's not as tough as like the hard anodized, the black hard anodized, but that's still underneath the Cerakote finish.
So you still got that protection
everything's
underneath
still
this.
as tough as it always has been.
Right. Tom, hold on a second here. I'm going to run to a quick break here. We'll come back. We'll talk about some of the other things you guys have been up to. I'm visiting with Tom Munson. By the way, they could go to Trijicon.com.
Yes, sir.
Trijicon.com if you want to see what they're talking about. All the new stuff is on the website now, so you can go take a look at that. We're at the SHOT Show in the middle of the mess here. Hey, we'll be right back. More
good
news.
Mess.
It is a good thing.
You don't have to agree with Tom to participate in the show. Call now with any of your concerns about guns, gun rights, or particular firearms, or suggestions for your shooting activity or personal protection. 1-866-825-5486. Gun Talk is coming right back.
All right, we're back at the SHOT Show. Visiting with Tom Munson from Trijicon, and it's kind of fun. You don't actually get to do this. When you're in the booth, people are coming to talk to you. Now you can sit here and kind of watch the passing parade as people go by, and people are waving, hey, Tom, the whole deal. So we got the Tom and Tom Show going here.
You're the one with the fan base, Tom.
Oh, yeah, right. That's right. It look like bill collectors to me. I don't know. You never know. So, no, but you were telling me about, some of the other things you guys have been doing. It occurs to me, I'll bet you have people who say, oh, yeah, I'm familiar with Trijicon, and they know you from the hunting scopes, but they don't know the defense side. Or they say, oh, yeah, ACOGs, I know you guys in reflexes, but they don't know that you guys make hunting scopes.
Right.
Because you really do cover the waterfront.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. When Trijicon first started, I think most people would have thought of us as a kind of a law enforcement or police company, because our predominant product when we started 30 years ago was night sights. That's where we started.
Sure.
And still today, 70% of the police officers in the country have Trijicon night sights on their SIGs or their Glocks or whatever it might be. So it continues to be a huge market for us, but that's what people would have saw us for. Then, as you say, we came out with the hunting rifle scopes, and so hunters are now starting to view us as a hunting company. But then the ACOG came along, and the Marine Corps adopted that as their rifle combat optic in 2005, right as the war was building up. And then the Army jumped on, and they bought about 200,000 of them as well. And so then people started looking at us as a military company. So, we're multiple things to multiple people, but through it all, we try and stay grounded as just being Trijicon and building really high-quality sighting systems. That's our mission and our vision, is just to help people sight in something and to protect individual freedom. And it's just what we do, and we do it wherever it's necessary.
And you have an interesting company culture throughout the company. You got people who absolutely seriously care about the end user, whether it's the Marine or the lady who is concealed carrying or whatever.
Yes.
I mean, I know, you're all in the business of selling stuff, but it seriously goes deeper than that there.
It does. We get a lot of letters from guys that have taken our equipment over to war and just tell us how amazing the scopes have worked for them. I just got a letter. We got a letter a couple weeks ago from a guy who had put an ACOG that was in theater on his rifle. And it was a sad story because, unfortunately, the ACOG had belonged to his buddy. His buddy had bought the ACOG himself to take over to Afghanistan and was killed in an IED explosion. And the only thing that survived that explosion was the ACOG. The soldier was killed, and so this guy had got his buddy's ACOG and could not bring himself to put it on his own rifle until a couple months ago. And he put it on his rifle and sighted it in, and it worked like a charm. And so, you get those stories, and they're sad, and gosh, we just love those guys who have gone over there and done amazing stuff to protect our freedom.
Yep.
And, the Trijicon ACOG has been right with them, and we just are so blessed to be able to have provided something that has helped those guys over there.
Absolutely. Well, you guys are always doing interesting stuff. I appreciate you telling us about it. Again, you got it all on the website now, I guess.
It's all on Trijicon.com. We're going to have some more cool stuff coming out in probably around NRA shows. So
okay. We'll talk about it then.
We'll be back on the line then and look at some new stuff from Trijicon then.
That'll work. I appreciate it, Tom. Don't go anywhere, okay?
Okay.
All right, we are at the SHOT Show, Las Vegas, Nevada. You can always check out SHOT Show on the website, see all the new stuff there. When we come back, we're going to be talking about, new guns. There are also new cartridges I need to tell you about. Hang in. You want to hear that.
No black helicopters here. Just the facts about gun rights and gun ownership. This is Gun Talk.